Hey, Culture Drop, Galen here. This video is about culture green flags, not red flags. So these are all the things that if these are in place inside an organization, you probably have a very healthy, awesome culture. And if none of these things are in place inside your organization, get out, run. All right, I have a huge list of things. I'm just gonna crack through this list. Here we go, in no particular order at all. Leaders ask for feedback. This is so important. If you have feedback that only goes downhill inside an organization, wait, this isn't about red flags or green flags. So leaders ask for feedback, green flag. It's so hard to stay away from red flags, okay? Positive. Positive. No gossip or bad mouthing. People do not speak poorly about other people inside the organizations. You don't have silos between departments where they don't trust and don't like each other. Also, that it's safe to make a mistake and admit that you made a mistake or admit you don't know something and just like own up to making a mistake without the fear of people being like, you're an idiot. Conflict should be healthy and productive. You cannot eliminate conflict, it's natural, but like, do people go to it and resolve it with like in a healthy, normal, awesome way? This one is very important. Leaders have high EQ. In fact, people in leadership positions are hired and promoted for that specifically. The people that we get in leadership positions aren't just the people who have been there the longest or the best like individual contributor. It's like, nope. Who has great leadership skills? Who has high emotional intelligence? So important. Toxic behavior is not tolerated by anyone, regardless of how long they've been there, regardless of how senior their title is. Somebody does something that is out of alignment with your culture or is toxic, it gets addressed, it gets corrected, or those people get removed from the organization. Bye-bye. Green flag. It is safe to speak up and safe to disagree. Totally a green flag. It should be welcome for someone to be like, I disagree with that, or want to talk about this, or like just to speak up and have an issue about something that can be talked about and worked through. Vulnerability is encouraged and it's modeled and practiced, especially by leaders. None of us are perfect. So the willingness to like be vulnerable, to learn, to ask questions, to say, I'm sorry, or I don't know that. All the different ways that vulnerability shows up, very, very green flag. Another one, people do not resist or sabotage change. They don't get grumpy and like attached to the way things have always been. They're open to change, they're receptive to change, they navigate through change as well as they can. Also, that people make their coworkers look good. But people like speak up. It's not to criticize or bash somebody else, it's to step in to help. When that person's not in the room, how do we speak about them? Do we make each other look good? Diversity, equity, and inclusion are things that we don't just talk about, we actually prioritize them, we actually celebrate them, and we actually do discuss them. What does that mean for us here? How do we honor those things? How do we incorporate that? Everybody is very different. It's not just about race and gender, it's also about personality types, communication styles, right? Backgrounds, everything. It's like diversity, equity, inclusion is so important. Development and training is prioritized. The company actually invests in leveling up people's skills in different areas that are either technical or also personal, giving and receiving feedback, navigating conflict, getting you better at your job. A willingness on behalf of leadership and the organization as a whole to not just cling to, this is the way we've always done it. A willingness to challenge the way that things are done, the systems and processes, improve them, innovate, focus on like wanting to be exceptional, not just to hang on to the way that things have always been done. The hiring process sets a tone for what it feels like in the company. Are they intentional about like the employee experience from the onboarding process? Is the company transparent? Are they clear? Do they communicate well? That is a lot of green flags. If the process of hiring feels good and is fast and efficient. Last one, I could drone on for hours, but the last one I want to say is that people are paid well and compensated well. This is a green flag. Yes, it has to do with culture. People aren't coming to work just to volunteer because they love the mission of the company. That's part of it, but people are also trading their time and their skills for the value of the company. They should be paid well. People over profits. People compensated well is a very big green flag for culture inside organizations. Great, that's a huge, big, long list. Hopefully the organization that you work for, or if you're the leadership in an organization, like these are things you care about and prioritize. If none of those things sound like the place that you work, leave. Yeah, for sure. That's it. Okay, go be awesome. Thanks for watching and tuning in. Subscribe to our channel. We put a lot of content on here. You can also subscribe to the Culture Drop mailing list and get these emails in your inbox every Tuesday morning. Follow our social media channels. Put a lot of free content out about just being more awesome and building great teams.